Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about lipsticks. So I really like lipstick and lip gloss. I wear something every day, even if I'm not really wearing any other makeup. And the colors that I tend to gravitate towards tend to be very fitting for fall. So this is going to be some of my favorite lipsticks and lip products for fall. I wanted to do this video a couple weeks ago, but life got in the way. And I know some of my friends have done some similar videos, so I wanted to make sure I got this up soon, especially we're currently in the middle of the Sephora sale as I film this, so you might have already picked up some of these. And then otherwise, I think Black Friday's coming up, Christmas is coming up, so it's a good way to either get something for yourself on sale or ask for something if it's something you really like. I have a bunch of different price ranges. I have a bunch of different types of formulas, so let's get into it. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Colin. I'm a non-binary Latinx scientist and lover of makeup. And I particularly like sparkly indie eyeshadow and high-end and luxury formulas. And you will definitely see some expensive and luxury formulas here today, as well as some not. And I tend to be pretty analytical in the content I make. I just try really hard to make thoughtful, analytical videos, and I have new content every week, so I'd love to have you subscribe. Okay, so I have a bunch of lips here, and I'm gonna swatch all of these. I'm gonna put them all on. So one of them is a lip stain, so that'll probably be the last thing I do, but I did want to show you what these look like outside of the bullet, because it's nice to show a lipstick and like show it on camera, but to really see it on lips, I think helps, especially if you have an undertone or a skin tone similar to mine. Lip swatches are really helpful because things never look the same. I have an olive undertone and I am in generally the medium range of most brands like concealer and complexion products. And oftentimes I'll buy something and I'll see it on, they'll have like a fair model and a tan model, and I try to like find someone close to me and go based off that, but I've still had so many things show up and either make me look dead or look weird on my undertone or just look fully different. So I wanted to make sure that I actually put all of these on my lip. And I will have all of these that are available linked in the description box. I think a couple of these might be discontinued products, but you might be able to find something similar, or you might already have it and this is a way to remind yourself to pull it out. I don't want this just to be a list of things to go buy. I want it to be helpful, maybe inspire you to grab something from your own collection, but if you do decide to buy any of these, I will have everything linked down below, and I greatly appreciate if you use any of those links. It really helps the channel. It helps get to the point. I'm basically to the point where I'm almost breaking even with the channel, so, you know, any little bit helps. Okay, so first up is what is actually already on my lips. I just filmed a video review of the new holiday palette from Byredo. New-ish, it's been out for a couple weeks off and on. It's been hard to pick up, but it looks like it's officially on the Byredo website and available most places now. So I filmed a review of this and the new blush sticks from KJH brand, KJ Hughes' brand, and that is actually the first thing that I'll mention. So this is the blush and lip stick, soft smudge lip and cheek in Soft Raisin. That is what I have on my lips. It's also what I have on my cheek. Really love it. I like that it's a really versatile product. So it is a soft matte texture. I've never used another matte blush quite like this. I feel it's a really unique texture, and you can see you can get a really sheer layer of it using a brush like I did, or even doing this and blending it out. You can build it up, but it looks really nice on the lips. It is matte, but not drying or too matte. It's a really emollient kind of silicone-y matte. So it's matte. It transfers like slightly, but it's not like, it's not an uncomfortable matte, and it looks really nice. And I really like, I mean, I will often use a lipstick and put a little bit on as blush, especially if I'm at work reapplying and I, you know, just wore a skin tint or something that day. But I like that this is designed to do both and looks really pretty as both a lip and a cheek, so I just had to mention this. These are also a pretty good price. I think it's like $26 or something like that. And for how much product you get and how lovely it is, definitely recommend. They have other shades, like I think the berry would be a nice fall winter shade as well, but Soft Raisin as this kind of raisiny brown is my favorite and the one I've been grabbing for most days. So I had to make sure I included this. Okay, so I wiped that off and you can see there's a little bit of a tint to my lips, but that's fine. The next product that I'll mention is not too dissimilar, so I will show that. So I wanted to show both of these. These are the Haus Labs lip oils, but these are their lip glaze. So this is a gloss lip oil hybrid. I have two shades. They also have a holiday set out right now that is a small version of this Persimmon shade with like a new kind of sparkly gold color. This is Fig, this is Persimmon. I think these are both really beautiful all year round shades, but especially the fall, and I really love them. These are both decently empty. I might need to buy backup soon while the Sephora sale is going on, or if they do Black Friday, maybe I'll buy some. But really, really love this formula. So I will show you Persimmon first. Persimmon is a nice reddy tone, but it's not like a pure red. It's a little bricky. It's just a really pretty, I'm doing a horrible job at applying this. Let me grab a mirror. It's just really pretty. They don't have, like their regular lip oil has the pH adjuster in it, so they all kind of add a pink hue to your lips. These don't, these stay true to color. They feel like a lip gloss, but a little more nourishing. It's just a really lovely formula. And you can see this like really nice red tone is, I wore this all summer, but also just really nice fall color. I think kind of a good universal red where it's like not blue red, bright red, but it's not orangey red either. It's just like that slightly muted terracotta red, and I really, really love it. It feels so nice on the lips too. And I think it lasts very well on the lips for being kind of a gloss oil hybrid. The other shade that I have is Fig, and this is so pretty. It's a little more brown. You can see there a little purple brown. It's kind of similar to the Soft Raisin shade, but obviously in a gloss. And you can see it like a go-to everyday throw in my pocket lip color. So there's a little bit of red to it. There's a little bit of brown. There's a little bit of purple. It's pretty much the gloss version of Soft Raisin, I'm now realizing. And my lips might look a little more red because I've just had a red on, but you can really see how it has a little bit more brown, a little bit, it's not as warm as this. And I think it's just a really nice, nuanced, really wearable, pretty shade. I cannot like recommend these lip glazes enough. They are really beautiful. Okay, so next is going to be another gloss, and that is the Victoria Beckham Posh Gloss in Poolside. So if you like a little more red, Aperitivo is really nice. I did just buy Top Down, which is like chocolate brown, but this is Poolside, which is a rosy brown. And this is my second tube of this. It is an expensive lip gloss. It's like $32, but it's a really lovely formula. And this is just like, again, a perfect everyday lip gloss. Like I plowed through my original tube of this really fast. It's really nourishing, it's really hydrating, it looks and lasts really nicely on the lips. And you can see it's just that like rosy brown. It's not too rosy, it's not too brown that it's gonna look like, I think Top Down is gonna look like 90s brown on, and that's why I bought it. But that like little bit of brown added to the rose is just so pretty. And it feels so nice on the lips. It's, I don't know why I closed my compact with a mirror. And I need it again. It just looks so nice, feels nice. These are a little cheaper and available at Sephora, but I think this is my favorite lip gloss formula now that I've tried it. And I will say this is a clean brand, and they do say it lasts for 12 months, and I've heard people say that after 12 months they definitely go bad. So if it's one you want, pick a shade you're gonna wear a lot and use it. But I really love it. So this is Poolside. There's definitely a theme for a lot of these if you haven't already noticed. But the next one is different from that theme, and it is the shade Pumpkin King from Melt Cosmetics. So this came out last year as part of their Nightmare Before Christmas collection. They do have a permanent lipstick in this formula that is called Pumpkin something or just Pumpkin that looks really similar, and they were like, we made it a permanent. So I think it might be this shade as a permanent. I just don't know 100%. So the packaging will look different if you buy the pumpkin shade, but it's gonna look pretty similar. It is their ultra matte, and it is so orange, but it's such a pretty orange. It's not bright, vibrant orange. It's just a really nice orange. I got this last year, wore it a bunch, and I'm excited that it's like, you know, this time of year and I've been pulling it out again. So it is a matte, and I do think this formula, it doesn't feel dry on the lips. I can wear it all day without issues, but it does need to like warm up to the skin. So if you have really dry lips, I would probably avoid it. But you can see it's just a really pretty, wow, that's so orange. Really pretty orange. So these lip swatches are probably gonna be bad, and I'm not using a lip liner, but when you're going through this mini, it's fine. I love this color. I don't know if I would necessarily wear it with a smoky olive eye like this. I'd probably wear it with just brown. But I love this color. I think it's like, it's a nice fall statement lip but still being like really, I just really love this. I love an orange lip, and this is such a nice orange. It's so nice. Okay, so that is Pumpkin King. Like I said, I've seen people wear the shade Pumpkin from Melt, and I do think it is the same, if not, it's really close if it's not exactly the same. So definitely recommend checking out if this is your vibe, but I love this. The next two shades are both from Suqqu. So these are both things that I bought this summer, and I have absolutely fallen in love with. So this is the Moisture Glaze lipstick. Mine is in shade, I think 112, which is a limited edition color, but really love the formula, and they have a lot of really beautiful ones. And you can see it's kind of another nice rosy brown. It's really hydrating. This feels kind of a mix between a lip balm, like the YSLs, which you'll see in a second, and a lipstick. So it just goes on like just the perfect amount, just the right amount of hydration. This shade in particular is kind of a My Lips But Better shade. It wears beautifully. It is a little glowy. It's gonna transfer, but it's just such, you can see I've used a lot of it. It's such, I should probably buy a backup of that shade. It's such a beautiful rosy brown. Apparently I have a type. I didn't really realize that until I actually sat down to film this, but really beautiful. One of the best lip formulas I've ever tried, like top 5. Little expensive because you have to buy it from Selfridges or Liberty London or something like that, but if you can get your hands on it, I definitely recommend trying this formula. Unbelievably comfortable and still really long lasting. The other Suqqu I bought recently, like maybe month and a half ago, and it is a permanent lipstick, and it is in their Fluid Fog, which is their matte lip. This is the shade 07. So this is a permanent one. If they're a permanent shade, they're always 2 digits. If they're a limited edition, they're 3. Really love this. So it's nice, kind of velvet, matte formula similar to ones I've tried from Kaleidos and Lethal, but I think this is just more elegant and better. And you can see it is just a really beautiful brown. Okay, I got a little clump there. It's just a really beautiful chocolate brown. My lips are gonna be a little red from all of the lip swatches, but you can see it's pretty brown, but it's a warm brown. And it's so nice. So this is supposed to be a matte, but it is like a velvet matte. So it doesn't fully dry down. It will, over time, look a little bit more matte and a little less shiny, but it's not like the Melt Ultra Matte or something that, like, when you think of like a drying matte, it is very velvety. It does still always transfer a little bit, but it's just such a beautiful chocolatey brown fall lip. I just cannot get enough of it. Again, lasts really well, looks really beautiful. And again, I have a type. My lips actually feel okay, but the color is a little off. So I do have, my biggest section here is probably gonna be some of my favorite lipsticks from Lisa Eldridge. So these are like tried and true all the time lipsticks, but they really, I think, really thrive in fall. So the first one I'm gonna show is my absolute favorite from her, and it is Meet Me in Berlin. This is, again, a rosy brown, but like not as rosy as some of the others. It's a little more brown and just like perfect for every day. So this is Meet Me in Berlin. You can see I've used a lot of it. Part of her signature is already worn away. This is one that as soon as this is gone, I will be buying another one. This is in her Lucent formula, so it's a little sheer, a little shiny, and it's just so pretty. You can see it's a little more brown than the last few. And it's just so comfortable, so perfect for every day. Like, if you like a slightly more brown lip, I think you've got to try it. It's expensive. These are like $30-something, but I love it. It's my perfect everyday lip. I mean, I probably grab the Victoria Beckham this and the Haus Labs the most. And now that I have this, I've been grabbing this a lot too. But they're all kind of in the same vein, so it makes sense. So this is Meet Me in Berlin, and you can see it does have some shine, but it's not like a shiny lipstick. Okay, so I'm gonna pull two more Lisa lipsticks. So I also have a couple that I think are really good fall, winter lips, but they have been discontinued. You can't buy them anymore. And they are Velvet Myth and Velvet Decade. So Velvet Decade is another chocolatey brown, but even darker. I like this like layered lightly like a stain, but you can see it's much darker. And then Velvet Myth is a really pretty kind of berry mauve. Really nice with, if you have an olive undertone like I do, really good kind of almost wine tone, but sadly these are not available anymore. But the other two, the two that I immediately thought of when I thought of fall lips other than Berlin, were Cinnabar and Sorcery. So Cinnabar is my favorite lipstick, bar none. And Sorcery is up there as well. So this is Velvet Cinnabar. It is a really beautiful orange, but different from the Melt. And one thing I like about the Velvet formula is they are matte. They're not drying. I can wear them all day. I'll often, you can see there's a little bit more red there. I'll put a little bit on, and then I'll use my finger to kind of wear it as a stain. And it's orange, but it's wearable orange. It's got that like deep, earthy, like ochre-y orange. And I really, really love it. This is actually the lipstick I wore when I met Michelle Branch. But I adore this lip all year, but especially like end of summer through fall is where I really think these kind of orange tones shine. And then if you build it up, it gets a little darker, you get a little more opacity. Just Cinnabar, just a perfect orangey lip. And then Sorcery, you can see it's a little more mauve, a little like brownie mauve. Wow, I really have a type. You can see I do have some staining on my lips now. But you can see this is a much cooler color. Again, you can wear it kind of tint, like blurred in with your finger and wear it more like a tint. That was a horrible job. But you can see it is a much more purpley mauve, cool toned lip. But I think especially with an olive undertone, it's the right amount. It's not so cool that I look dead, because a lot of the time cool lips make me look sick or dead, which can be a vibe, but this is, ignore my horrible application, this is like the perfect amount of coolness for me in my like more golden olive state. So that is Velvet Sorcery. And they also sell full matte liquid lipstick versions of a lot of these as well. Okay, so I do also want to say I should be having a video swatching Lisa's new Rouge Experience lipsticks before this goes up. And those are a really beautiful formula, and I think a lot of those are also very fall appropriate. But because I have a dedicated video on those, I'll mention them here, but check out that video if you want to see what those look like. I bought 3 of those. Simone, Ashes of Roses, and Ribbon. Ashes of Roses and Simone are definitely good. Folly lips, rosy and brown. Okay, so I've got a couple more here. These 2 are both luxury formulas and somewhat similar. The next one is the most expensive lipstick here, and it is from Hermes. So I have 4 Hermes lipsticks. I love them. Zero regret buying them, even though they're very expensive. And this is from their fall collection. So I do have a video going over this whole collection. But this one is Rouge Nappa, and it is a really beautiful wine color in a really unique formula. So it's matte, but not dry. It's like silk matte is kind of how I would describe it. So this is the Hermes Rouge Nappa. I also love the refillable cases for these, really beautiful. But you can see it is a lot more red. It's very much a wine colored lip. And it's so comfortable. I love it so much. There is also a more earthy red brown in there, and they also have, I mean, they have a bunch of permanent lines, but for fall and winter, this kind of wine toned lip just works really well, especially with if you, like a neutral smoky eye. So pretty. So this is the Hermes, and you can see even after all of that, all of these lip swatches so far, this doesn't feel dry. It feels really comfortable. There's a bit of a sheen, even though it's a matte. It's just so, it's so lovely. I have zero regrets buying all of these lipsticks. Okay, so that definitely stained a little bit, but that's fine because the next color I'm gonna wear is gonna go with that, and that is from Byredo. So this is one of their new lipsticks. They just launched this new satin matte satin lipstick line. And this is the component. It looks like bamboo, really pretty, heavy weighted with a magnet. And this is the shade September. Really beautiful. Love the formula and the color, and the fact that I was born in September and this came out in September. I had to get it. And it is a really nice earthy neutral. So there's like a little bit of red, which is kind of blending into the redness of my lips at the moment. So this is just a really nice earthy kind of There's a bit of red to it, but it's kind of a clay red. I would say this is like a clay color, which I love in general for blush, for other things. And it's a really nice, silky, emollient feeling. It's definitely a satin. It's not overly matte or overly shiny. Really nice formula. Definitely recommend. They have a lot of these. I would look in person because some of them it's kind of hard to tell, or online it's kind of hard to tell, but really like this formula. And these are also refillable, so you can buy multiple shades and just have one case, which I always enjoy. Okay, so last two lips on this, which this is a longer video than I intended this to be originally. The first is going to be the shade Scenic Brown from YSL. I have it in two different formulas. This is the Candy Glaze, which is a nice shiny brown. This is definitely more brown, neutral. So if you look, you can see there's not red, it's a warm brown, but it's not like a rosy brown like the others. It is just brown. Especially if I've used a stain or something that's gonna make my lips red, I really like a brown over that because it makes it a little more like some of the other shades, but just a really beautiful brown. And then I also have it in the more like glossy balm version. Shades look slightly different, but basically the same, but love both of these. I think I prefer this one. I forget what the name of this is. The YSL Love Shine. I think I prefer the Love Shine a little bit, but really, really love. And Scenic, I have a few shades, but Scenic Brown, perfect. It's perfect. I have a couple of them more like reddy neutrals and I love them, but I think Scenic Brown will always have my heart. And then last is going to be the new lip stains from Kulfi Beauty. These are the Lussie Lip Stain Staining Lip Oil, made in Korea. This was sent to me in PR. I think I bought everything else that I've shown, but this one was sent to me PR. This is the shade Tamarind, and it is a really beautiful brown color. My hands do not want to open it. There it goes. I do have a few Kulfi products that they've sent and I've been testing, so I will have a video going over all of those soon. Really like this. I know Rare Beauty had their lip stain lip oils like a year or two ago, and a lot of people found them drying. I don't find this drying. I find this really comfortable and really pretty, and I do think it gets a little darker as it dries down. So you can see it's definitely brown. I mean, I do have a bunch of, you can see it's brown right there as I put it on. I do have a lot of redness on my lips right now from all of the lip swatching. And you can see as it's starting to kind of develop as a color, it's just so pretty. And because it's a lip stain, it lasts all day. Like I've worn this all day at work, eaten lunch. I think it faded a little bit from eating lunch, but not really. Really comfortable because it's just a stain and then you can put whatever you want over it. I really like this and I'm very thankful that Kulfi sent this to me in PR. It is a really nice formula and like the perfect color. I mean, I got to pick the color, but so pretty. So this is the shade Tamarind. I think if you're my skin tone or darker, it's gonna be like the perfect everyday kind of lip stain, especially in the fall. If you're lighter than me, I think you can still wear it. It'll just probably look a little more vampy on you. Okay, so that is the last one. This was a lot more lips than I originally meant, but that's fine. I'm indecisive, I'm a Libra, and I own that. And I love all of these, so I wanted to show them off. Okay, so let me know what you think. Do you have any of these? What are your favorite lip colors to wear during the fall and winter? I'd love to talk to you all in the comments like always. If you did watch the whole video and got to this point, thank you so much. As always, remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in my next video.